How do I do that? I need to figure out how to do that, honey. You can change the orientation on this live to go sideways. And then so I'm like, really? Ooh, that's actually a lot better. Okay. Let's get all nice and situated here. And let's read some of the Epstein files. Should I turn on some music while we do this? Want some? Yeah, let's turn on. Before we get into the Epstein files, let me turn on a little Epstein file music that I made. This will be fun. So let me see here. Which one is it? That sounds like something Epstein would grape some kids to, doesn't it? They're screaming in horror. Okay, so what's up, Woodsman? So here we are. We're going to read the child molester logs over with Jeffrey Epstein. Is everybody ready? I'll get into the big ones. This is not a big one. This is just a new one. So this has been confirmed to be a real one. This appears to be a document of a man by the name of Brian Bishop to Jeffrey Epstein, talking about designer babies, forwarding a video. This right here is the use of funds for designer babies and human cloning. So this gets us out of self-funded garbage biology phase to the first live birth of human designer babies and possibly a human clone within 5 years. Once we reach the first birth, everything changes and the world will never be the same again, much less the future of the human species. Attached shows $1.7 million a year for up to 5 years for lab setup, etc. Next step, I'm happy to hop on another call or could meet you in person. And this is an individual that's talking about designer children and creating babies with Jeffrey Epstein to make cloned humans. So some of the Epstein files I will read here. This one right here, let me get a little bit more over there for you. This right here has Epstein spreading an 11 and 13-year-old girl out on the floor and burning them with a magnifying glass. That's what this document reveals here. And it says that on 7/12/2020 at 3:12:08 p.m. Eastern Time, Dale Martin, date of birth, telephone number redacted, residential address redacted, called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center to report a viral video of what appears to be Jeffrey Epstein torturing a young woman with a magnifying glass. Martin provided the following information. Martin's daughter, Jessica McQueen, date of birth redacted, sent Martin a piece of a video of what appears to be a young white female, 11 to 13 years old, with dark-colored hair, tied down and naked. The victim tied to the ground and spread eagle with a man who appears to be Jeffrey Epstein, holding a magnifying glass with a claw, that sounds about right, and burning the victim. Martin described the video as being blurry. However, the male subject appeared to be a very large man with gray hair, wearing jeans, a short-sleeved black shirt, and white tennis shoes. What's up, Chaz? Martin stated Facebook would not take the video down. In the frame of the video, it says Jeffrey Epstein. However, the video is blurry. Martin added that McQueen did not feel comfortable reporting the information. However, her friends are reporting it. So that's Jeffrey Epstein burning a 13-year-old girl, maybe 11-year-old girl, with a magnifying glass in torture. Now, Grok, or people that are supporting pedophilia, basically say it's a BSDM porn video. However, it's not. Now, this right here, I'm going to show you. Don't really know what I can say. Want everybody to take a good look at that. Don't really know what else I can say with that. This is Gabrielle Rico. Share this. I think I know what that. Everybody knows what that is. Obviously, these redacted here. There's a child, the side of a child's head, and there's also curled up. So I'll just zoom in on that right there. You don't really need to be a rocket scientist to figure out what you're looking at there. And that was on a cutting board. So that, well, it is. See, this is a chicken right here. This is another chicken, and then here's the human corpse. So they're taking the chicken, and they're cutting it with the human corpse, and then they're making it into food. Kind of like Hannibal Lecter did in the, yeah. So what we're supposed to do is go after the global elite is what we're supposed to do. But and then, of course, there's this girl. This is a girl that escaped. She ended up dying, if I recall. Yeah, she escaped the... because she was sitting there, they took her to a fucking like nut house because she was saying that she escaped from all the elites and they were eating people. They're like, it's okay, yeah, whatever. They killed her too, yes. So they did kill her. And then, of course, you see the chicken foot that I just showed you. So eyewitnesses said Epstein had politicians rape, kill, and eat. So according to this document, thanks blank, I didn't realize Bush raped him too. Talking about Bush 1. I'd like to add a few other points disclosed by the purported victim. While on the yachts, he witnessed an African-American males having sex with white blonde females. Gee, what a surprise. All of whom were bleeding during intercourse. He was a victim of a type of ritualistic sacrifice in which his feet were cut with a scimitar, but left no scarring. Some of you have already heard this. On the yacht, he witnessed babies being dismembered, their intestines removed, and individuals eating the feces from the intestines. He also raped by George Bush 1. Victims disclosed he was escorted to the FBI building by Michael Moore, who is creator of True Pundit, described by multiple other sources as a conspiracy-driven website. I mean, can you imagine eating baby shit from a dead child? And the thing is normally I'd say, oh, like, why is nobody doing anything about this shit? So here's the Bill Gates email. So this is Dear Bill from Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, from to, and it says subject Bill. So did he not send this? Or is this made up horse shit? See, that's the thing. You got to watch out because these are real, but you got to watch out not to step in the bullshit. What wasn't a plan? I cannot believe that you have chosen to disregard our friendship developed over the last 6 years. I'm aware of that accidents happen. It is how each of us have chosen to deal with this unfortunate event that has me dismayed beyond comprehension. You have decided to discharge me from my job. Had Larry, I'm assuming that's Larry Page, your person tell me that I engaged in morally inappropriate behavior, asked me to be the major act. Now remember, he's Talmudic as well. So the fact that he's Talmudic means if you get rid of certain people and do certain things, it's not a crime in that aspect to them. Asked me to be the major actor in a cover-up so that you can maintain the reputation you've worked so hard to achieve, which I never liked Bill Gates. asked me to recommit to a confidentiality agreement and have categorically told me that we cannot have any direct ongoing business relationship, in total disregard for the impact of public perception of my reputation. I will have it diligently avoid the truth, tell people that Bill will not invest with me, and craft my answer that suits your needs, but you disagree or did agree to send your letter of recommendation should a future employer ask for one. You have told me that Melinda insists on me not communicating with you unless Larry is copied or present, though you have consistently maintained that I could not have done a better job and that I was underpaid compared to my contributions. You then, beyond all sense of fairness and frankly decency, said that as generous compensation for keeping the Gates reputation intact, you would let me, what we have agreed, I have already owned, the investment pieces, and gave me 2 years severance, similar to Christine Turner, another casualty. If the shoe was on the other foot, I would have said, Boris, that is not your fault. I confessed to Melinda. You didn't. It was in a moment of weakness, but I will do anything within my power to make it right for you. I have more money than anyone needs. And I assure you, I will structure something so that you will not be penalized for my error. Lucky for me, or my future, I have enough money to provide for you, and that will heal injury. I don't think it would. It will make you secure in your future, blah, 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 blah. Where does this say he was going to give Melinda Gates shit for an STD? It does. Please delete my email. Oh, there we go. To add insult to the injury, you then impose me to please delete the email regarding your STD. You request that I provide you antibiotics so that you can God damn it, I know the word. Surreptitiously, you can discreetly give it to Melinda. God damn it, why can't I talk today? And the descriptions of your penis. I bet it looks like a turtle head, doesn't it? Wow. You also made it clear to me that I am not to refer to blank, as that is another topic that must remain between us two. So I'm assuming he cheated on his wife multiple times, and that's Jeffrey blackmailing him over getting STD from an underage girl that he gave to his wife. Is that what it is? And then here, if you take the image off, there's the girl that was with Bill Gates. So that's nifty. Okay, there is Podesta's shit. There's the girls that were tied up with duct tape on them. Same person who said this, by the way. 2 is redacted. So when it's redacted, that's fucked up. When the 2 is redacted, they're all monsters of the highest order. In approximately 1994, blank revealed himself as a past victim of sex abuse by Epstein. Described the abuse occurred during parties. Further identified blank as a friend of blank. In approximately 1996, resided with blank in blank. An unknown man abducted blank from her home, where she later woke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Shaw Carter, i.e. Jay-Z, Sean Carter. While Weinstein had inserted his fingers into the girl, blank believed she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Blank estimated she was abducted on 7 occasions, awaking each time in an opulent indoor setting. Blank suffered from sex abuse on multiple of those occasions in which Epstein participated. The girl recalled Leon Black and William Barr, Bill Barr, the attorney general under Trump, being present during those occasions of sexual abuse. In approximately 2006, last recall being abused by Epstein. So this mentions Jay-Z, Harvey Weinstein, and Bill Barr. Jay-Z, Harvey Weinstein, and Bill Barr. They were just both named there. Here's Bill Gates with two panda eyes characters. You know exactly what the fuck that weird shit is. Honey, you have a joint? Then we have former president, we're eating children with George Soros. But he didn't actually read it. Then it says, Grok, please summarize this. So the summary, the image is a redacted, purported FBI transcript alleging that on a yacht, Epstein, Clinton, Bush, Kissinger, and Soros engaged in sex acts, infant killing, intestine removal, and cannibalism. Authenticity unverified, appears in a conspiracy context. Claims in thread, eyewitnesses allege politicians raped, killed, and ate children, corroborated by Gabrielle Rico Jimenez, which that's the girl I showed. She was dead. Accusing elite royals, including the Disney heirs and royals, of similar acts. On drugs, accounts note her hysteric state. Some speculate substance influence or mental distress, but no confirmation. She then vanished, never to be seen again. So I'm going to say they Clintoned her after she found out that famous people were eating kids. Sound about right to you? That's about what I'm saying there. So it's looking to me that, come on. Here's the Trump situation, if you want to get into that. A lot of us don't. We're going to. Blank reported an undefined female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on the president approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. That's 35 years. I mean, that's like really bringing it back, isn't it? That's like, anyway, a friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 when this occurred, and the friends allegedly bit him while performing oral sex. They bit his dick? The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about Trump. The friend said she was also abused by Epstein. Response: spoke with caller who identified a friend, walked to the Washington office for conduct review. Result matching names in the DOB for criminal history. So that person had been arrested for high aggravated battery. Then we have Leslie McMichael, whoever the fuck that is, with Epstein in Florida. The response is no voicemails there. Then we also have at 16, while modeling, caller attended 8 parties at Epstein's New York residence. Now, remember, he did have a residence in New York. On one occasion, thank you, my love, caller responded that she was sexually abused by Epstein. On another, 2 twin brothers, Alan and Oron, here you go, and he lured her and a friend upstairs, but they escaped back downstairs. Caller stated that Oren raped the best friend and a third brother. Tall raped a 14-year-old girl named Katie. Caller named other individuals involved in, quote, big orgy parties. Sick fucks. With her other young girls and older Victoria's Secret models, including Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. So wait a minute. These fat old fucking men, these fat old fat fucking slobs, because the guy that's involved with LinkedIn is also involved in this shit too, or at least implicated. So these fat fucking old men are fucking 13-year-olds and Victoria's Secret models. So why are you women selling yourselves out for money in these fat little dicked fuckbags? However, it says it was deemed not credible. But who deems that? Additional research shows 3 separate incidents involving police which requested psychiatric evaluations. So is that real or not? Let me know. And then we also have complainant complains to have videos of high-profile sex parties dealing with cartels, having witnessed Robin Leach strangle a young girl to death. Robin Leach, isn't that the lifestyles of the rich and famous guy? Hello, I'm Robin Leach. Remember that guy? Lifestyles of the rich. That was a show. He fucking, they say that he fucking murdered some bitch. So they're saying in here that Robin Leach strangled some bitch. God damn, are you serious? Then we also have contacted by female victim of Epstein who wants to publish a book saying that Leslie Wexner and Epstein pardoned by the president, or was going to. God damn. I mean, come on, like Robin Leach, really? I always wondered why these rich fuckbags had all these.
Eating baby, drinking baby's blood, sex, a church or a big church, and we use it for sex. Eating baby, drinking baby's blood. We sacrifice a church or a big church, and we use it for sex. Eating baby, drinking baby's blood.
Look at his eyes.
The baby, we do sex to the babies. We throw the, when we're done,
You see his eyes?
The baby skulls.
See, honey, that's called panda eyes.
We put it on.
Where did the baby skulls come from?
They come from the baby.
How did you get them from the baby?
We cut the baby's head off. Then we kill the meat from the skulls, and then we put all the meat and cook it. Sometimes we roast it. Sometimes we roast it in the oven. Sometimes we cook it on a frying pan.
You told me there's some restaurants.
Yeah, and there's some restaurants, and there's McDonald's in Hampstead, and East Finchley. And East Finchley is a swimming pool, and in East Finchley there's a swimming pool, and the whole East Finchley does it. The boss does it. Everybody does it.
That's what?
The sex, eating baby, and there's McDonald's in there, and they're also involved, and there's Starbucks inside, and they're also involved, and there's sweets and shop.
Well, no, the rest.
And the
You say
sweets.
McDonald's in Hampstead and Finchley Road.
Yes.
East Finchley.
Yes.
And you said Starbucks where?
Starbucks in Hampstead and not in East Finchley, in Hampstead.
So not all.
Okay, what else do we have here? I simply cannot believe the victory. This is Jeffrey Epstein to blank.
No, to Jeffrey Epstein.
To Jeffrey Epstein? Oh, from blank to Jeffrey Epstein, yeah. I said it backwards. I simply cannot believe this victory. No one called it. We thought she'd won. You must be happy. I remember flying back with Donald on his plane the first weekend I went to visit you in Florida. What a weekend. We met Melania and kept on coming out of the bedroom saying, wow, what a hot piece of ass. Nuts. Anyway, hope you're enjoying Saudi. There's the eating people ones we heard about. Here's all the pictures of. There's that's great. Absolutely fucking sick. Legitimately need to throw Trump out of the White House, according to this person. Strip every single wealthy elite. The sick motherfucker had spent years forcibly separating migrants from kids. I don't really give a shit about that. Using tax dollars to fund sex trafficking operations. That's what this person is alleging. Saying that the United States is now the world's largest sex trafficker. We'll get into that later. 2009 email from Epstein associate Peggy Siegel casually suggests acquiring a baby from Kenya as a gift, mentioning Madonna during a planned safari. Can bring a little baby back for you or two. You hear this shit, right? You're hot. So this is to Madonna. Title Kenya. Peggy Siegel to G Vacation, whatever that is.
What's his name? That's Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, okay, Jeffrey Epstein. On the plane now with Maddie. We're about to take off for Amsterdam to Nairobi. We land the morning of the 19th in Amsterdam, leave on the 19th in Nairobi, evening in Nairobi. On Sunday morning, we fly into the bush to Cotter's Camp in the Masai Mara. Then to Saab in the 24th and 26th. Then to Lamu and Peponi Hotel back to forth. We cannot thank you enough for another life experience. If the Maasai warriors don't eat us, the pirates of Somalia will. Glad we have so many of those in our country. Coming to PB to see you. Taking photos, we have the ball, and thanks for your time. Can I bring a little baby back for you or two, boys or girls? So Madonna. We'll email when we get back to Amsterdam. Saw Sarah the Duchess on today's show in Regis. She's very compelling, a tad sad for the repetitive blah, blah, blah. Bet the Queen will be thrilled to be feel the Fergie failed marriage is her fault. But Sarah's very charming on TV, blah, 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 blah. So whether they were joking or not is anyone's guess. Based on what I'm seeing, I don't know. Then you have some people saying Jeffrey Epstein was an Israeli agent. This is where it gets hairy, and I don't want to sound like Candace Owens here. No, these are from you can just look these up if you look up the names. There's 3.5 million files. Let's see. Trump told them that he was going to fuck Amazon over their contracts. CHS advised that this was a real conclusion story. Trump had been compromised by Israel and Kushner. Trump has been compromised by Israel, and Kushner is the real brains behind his organization and his presidency. And then it goes on with Russian affiliations and other types of shit like that. So, let's see. If somebody says, anybody know this dude, Walter Harkins? Okay, so then let's continue. We got this. Says that they reference a 2016 lawsuit alleging Trump and Epstein raped a 13-year-old that was dropped. No mention of killings or cannibalism on this particular source here. So there's the ones I showed you about Donald Trump earlier. And then, of course, we got SpongeBob with the fuck. And you have not credible witnesses. You have some credible witnesses. Jeffrey Epstein communicated with the Qatari ruling family about the Muslim Brotherhood and visited Qatar 2 days before the U.S. presidential election. Jeffrey Epstein's private plane was invited to land in Doha, Qatar by Sheikh Jabor bin Yosef bin Jazim bin Jabor Al Thani. God damn. Get shorter names. On November 6, 2016, one day before the presidency. Emails reveal Epstein was in communication with Jabor about the Muslim Brotherhood. He is currently the chairman of the board of the directors of the SCIB Insurance and Reinsurance Company, LLC, chairman of Doha Properties. Epstein had extensive dealings with Qatari real estate brokers. Qatar is the largest financier of the Muslim Brotherhood. In one of the emails below from 2018, Jabor sent Epstein an article about the Muslim Brotherhood. His email said, an interesting reading on the Muslim Brotherhood. Epstein says, I love the other side of any story. Given that pedophilia is a pillar of Muhammad, the most revered man in Islam, Aish, raped when he was 6, blah, blah, blah. And we can get into that, but that's from the Qatari ruling family, as you know. Didn't Qatar... Thank you, Molly. Hell yeah. Thank you. And if I recall, Qatar gave Donald Trump a private jet.
Mm-hmm.
This girl right here, this is on Alex Soros's page. And there's a person laying in the background. And this girl right here is the only one that exposed it, said spirit cooking and they're eating people. And there's a woman tied to a rack here. And people, so I could see this happening, like having displays of children being, you know, raped and shit. And they're just standing around drinking their, I mean, you've ever seen like Eyes Wide Shut where they're, you know, raping and, you know, sodomizing people and they're just standing around enjoying themselves. You know, ha 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 ha, cracking jokes while someone's being tortured to death. Yeah, I could see that. Can't you see that? We all could see that. We all can see what these fuckbags are doing. It's absolutely wild. It's sickening. And there's no place for it whatsoever. However, we all know it's going to continue. And we all know this is how it is. Here is Jeffrey Epstein with the little girl. You've already seen that. You've seen Prince Andrew torture. Then he had female victims murdered according to the new Epstein files. So here's Jeffrey Epstein laying on top of a girl. And of course, these are people that can beat and kill people and get away with it. And they have for decades. So, Wendy, no problem at all to include me on Epstein. Maxwell notification going forward. But I wanted to let you know that because of my unit move, the office is, this is to Ghislaine Maxwell, transitioned me off the case and added blah, 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 blah. He called me. This is, I'm assuming Prince Andrew or something to do with him. Brian Miller. He called me wanting me to give him a secure email. He is from blank. The numbers came up. Back in the 90s, Ghislaine Maxwell, and I say her name like that on purpose, I'm sorry, recruited a girl from a modeling career. Instead of modeling, she was sold as a slave for sex and torture. Let me read this one more time. Back in the 90s, Ghislaine Maxwell recruited a girl for modeling. Instead of modeling, she was sold as a slave for sex and torture. Prince Andrew was an accessory to her death as he tortured her and me to force her murder. I need to get a passport to identify her. I will need someone to contact the passport office to get an expedited passport. So that right there is implicating Prince Andrew. Now, of course, just today it's been revealed that he's now under investigation by the police, probably reluctantly, as he was named many times, but this is saying that he might have killed somebody. There's Jeffrey Epstein. Here's his face in a little girl's butt. We're not going to show that. We're going to move on there. Absolutely. And then, of course, you have, anybody know what the cremation of care is? Here's the global elites. Now, of course, this is a video that everybody's seen probably. And this is at a place called Bohemian Grove. I'm sure everybody's heard of this. And this is around the time when this video was taken by Alex Jones, because that's how he got famous, is he snuck into Bohemian Grove and he filmed this right here. And this is the cremation of care. in which they're burning the effigy of children to the deity Moloch or Rehoboam, whatever you want to, Rheathon, whatever you want to call it. That's the worship of Saturn. So I won't bore you with the whole thing, but we'll get into some of this here. And this is the satanic.
Activities are coming up. And then after the actual ritual, we're going to give you some more of the history. So he's sweeping something.
Now, this is from when he broke in. So you can see the effigy of the child being burned right here to the owl god Moloch, which is more than that. And of course, this is the documentary of the Bohemian Grove. And then here's him sneaking in. So I'll just forward it. And this is what like the Bushes that were alleged to be involved in and the Clintons, but this goes back even to people that are still in power. Because remember, they were mentioning Peter Thiel back in like 2006.
Some music. Suddenly, all around the owl, activity began. Here is the main central part of the ritual.
Okay, so I passed through the part. They're basically giving homage to a Sumerian deity. Now, these people that are in robes here that says that this is just summer camp. These people are the elites. These were senators and congressmen and some ambassadors and stuff like that. And this was their adult summer camp. And this is where some of this comes into it. And then you see what we saw with the Epstein files. This is Alex Jones' hidden footage. Now, only Alex Jones knows the context of everything. That's the biggest situation, is the context. That's exactly right, Molly. That's what I'm talking about.
Hail, Bohemians! With the ripple of waters, song of birds, such music as inspires the seeking soul, do we invite you into midsummer's joy. Sky above its blue, storm of stars. The forest floor is deep with fragrant drift. Evening's cool kiss is yours. The campfires glow. The birth of roses take the dawn. Shake off your summer from the city. But memories bring back the well-loved names of gallant friends. You and love and struggle. Here, little companions.
Remember, it's an old video.
Let them join us in this mission. Not a place to be empty, Dorothy.
Well, that's the thing. These assholes, like, they do sacrifices and pretend that they're fucking, like, giving power to Satan, like they're in control of anything. Humans have no control over any of this shit. Now, some people say even Ronald Reagan. They're bringing the sacrificial corpse over to the altar, honey. And if you approach these guys that are still alive about it, they get super angry. It's very cringe. I don't know how exactly he got in, but I do know he filmed it. And when he asked people about it, like that's a secret, you can't tell. Like they got real hyper defensive about it. It was real creepy. So it was more the response than the fucking viewing, because you could just say this is just theater or whatever. But the response from the politicians. Okay, so anyway, as the video continues, they basically put an effigy of a child on there, and then they burn the child. January 3rd, they were aware 5,000 infamous files on Trump in the video below have been removed. So there's quite a few files that were removed with Trump. So let's see what we have here. There's the FBI caller reported victim 1 was out drinking and ended up at Trump Plaza. Victim 1 saw Donald Trump and wanted to meet him. An unknown man approached her and offered to introduce her to Trump. The unknown man gave victim 1 a drink, and victim 1 woke up naked and sore with $300 in the bed. Victim 1 didn't remember how she got in the room. She remembered seeing a flash of Trump's face. Victim 1 called the caller and told her she thought she had been raped. Victim 1 did not go to the hospital to have a rape kit performed because she didn't think anyone would believe her, especially because she was drunk. Victim 1's husband's business had a problem with suppliers, and victim 1 believed Trump was behind it. Victim 1 also started dating a lawyer, identifies unknown, who was married. Victim 1 had a fight with her lawyer boyfriend and went to bar. Victim 1 left the bar with a man who no one in the bar recognized, but who seemed familiar with victim 1. Victim 1 was never seen again. A few years ago, remains were discovered that matched the description of victim 1 was wearing when she went missing. DNA tests were inconclusive. So that says that victim 1, who tried to stop a rape or whatever, got murdered because of knowing something. And that also implicates Donald Trump. Had parties at Mar-a-Lago called calendar girls. Epstein would bring the children in and Trump would auction them off. He measured the children's vulva and vaginas by entering measuring on tightness. The guests were elder men, and there's some people's names on there, including family. So we'll move on, because Jesus Christ. And God, oh, Jesus. Interesting. I'm not going to read this. I want you to read this if you can. These last two paragraphs right there. I'm just going to leave that there. Can you guys see that? So can you see that right there? I'll just let you read through that, and then I'll sit here for just a hot second. You high, honey? You put that out and just fell asleep.
No, it went out.
Oh, it went out?
And I just didn't.
No. Okay. I mean, I'm not surprised. Huh. Okay, so we've all had time to read that. Let's continue. Made Trump give her head. This is where big orgy parties and killed somebody. Reno, 14-year-old. Here's Robin Leach. Online complainant reported she was a victim and witnessed to a sex trafficking ring at Trump's golf course in Rancho Palmos Verdes, California, between 1995 and 1996. Complainant reports Ghislaine Maxwell as the madam and broker for sex parties. Clients of whom include Epstein, Robin Leach, Donald Trump. Complaints reported participating in orgies that had some girls went missing. Rumors to have been murdered and buried at the facility at Trump's golf course in Ranchos Palmos, whatever. Complainant reported being threatened by Trump's head of security that if she ever talked or what went on there, what she saw, she would end up as fertilizer for the back 9 holes like the other cunts. Then complainant claims to have video of high-profile sex parties with Robin Leach and young girls he killed her. Robin Leach strangled a young girl to death at a party. And then there's others having videos of all the people we already know, all your what you have. So then we move on. Trump to Dallas-Fort Worth during a ride. Complainant recalled some of the things spoke about on the cell phone are very concerning, describing a few seconds from pulling the limousine over on the median, when a few seconds of pulling him out of the car and hurting him due to some of the things he was saying. Noted Trump repeatedly stated the name Jeffrey while on the phone. One of complainant's ex-girlfriends told complainant Trump raped her, as did Epstein. That's with a couple other people right there. Then we have caller is talking about crimes committed against her. She claims to be a prisoner. She referenced Lisa Marie Presley, the British royal family, Trump, and Epstein. Then you have a call complainant to the NYPD. Damn. Regarding a previous tip reporting that she was forced to perform oral sex when she was 13 and pregnant. 1984. Complainants also reported, I was born 2 years before that. The complainant reported Trump participated regularly in paying money to force her to do other shit. Caller was taken by boat to Epstein Island. This gets a little more relevant because of the timing. Caller said it was complicated. It involved Epstein and Maxwell. Caller became a school counselor, had a meeting with the school principal, Linda Kitts, and a police officer. Where the caller, God damn it, sorry, was informed there was pictures of herself with Epstein. Caller reported the school was mad at her for not being a Trump person, and that the school wanted her to testify and say things against Andrew Cuomo. The FBI and Donald Trump were on the phone during the meeting. Caller believes the FBI had baby pictures of her with Epstein. Here's 2 unknown males. Caller reported, God damn it, what the fuck? No. Okay, well, there's a lot of sick ass shit in there, okay? There's basically a bunch of shit saying that there was a group of people, and I'll go through this coming up here because I don't want to go through all of it, even though we probably should. There's DNA testing. There's Jamie Foxx. Oh, man, Jamie Foxx. You hear that, right? Jamie Foxx interested in spending the night with a girl, and he could pay. So there's prostitution right there, of course. So we already have murder. Uncle murdered a newborn. Trump was present when her uncle murdered a newborn child. Come on, man. Like, really? Are we doing this? Things against Andrew Cuomo. There's the ones with the $300 on the bed. That's just a secondary read of that, I guess. 35 years ago in New Jersey. We already read that. Modeling 6 parties. Epstein, New York residents. Twin brothers raped her. There's the Robin Leach bullshit. We got the DNA involved. We got Elon Musk, and you can go check it out at the DOJ. Shit like that. And so, yeah, there's Melinda Gates talking about
that Bill Gates had
Bill Gates.
personal affairs, and that he tried to get medication to treat a sexually transmitted infection, and that he was going to give you the medicine without you knowing. His representative has said all of this is false. It is not on you to have to respond to the details of that alleged behavior, but I wonder what your dominant emotion is when you read these news articles with these details. Sad. Just unbelievable sadness. Unbelievable sadness, right? And again, I'm able to take my own sadness and look at those young girls. Oh my God, how did they?
So is he saying?
How did that happen to those girls, right? And
so is she, hold on. So is she saying that basically Bill raped all these bitches? Is that what she's saying here?
For me, it's just sadness. Sadness for, you know, I left my marriage. I had to leave my marriage. I wanted to leave my marriage. I had to leave. I felt I needed to eventually leave the foundation. So it's just sad.
So is that why? So hold on. So is she basically saying she left Bill Gates and the Melinda Gates Foundation because Bill Gates is a child fuck? Is that what we're doing here? So is that what we're doing here? If that's the case, then the conspiracy theorists were never wrong. Here's some Epstein video. Just little snippets from the FBI. There are a lot of those little snippets there, by the way. Of course, Jay-Z and they're implicated. Here's one where it's redacted. Where are you? Are you okay? I loved the torture video. I do remember that. That's just somebody, but Epstein was saying we're goyim. I remember that. We went over Melinda Gates. That's fucked up. What do we got here? I want to know why the fuck Pam Bondi redacted the name of the person. New Brazilian just arrived. Sexy and cute 9-year-old. Wonder who that is. So this is a file right here. Let's break this down. Let's break this down, ladies and gentlemen. I won't be on here too much longer. We'll get into more of this coming up. To Jeffrey Epstein on this name redacted who it was. New Brazilian just arrived. Sexy and cute 9-year-old. Best regards, whoever the fuck. Wonder who this is. This person would probably be. So why are you not in the streets over this? You're going after ICE and shit. Wouldn't you say this is more Epstein victim explains Ghislaine Maxwell presented her to Donald Trump, making clear she was available. And we could go on and on and on. Indonesia leak. Epstein files. Who's that? Anybody want to hear that? Who's that? That looks fucked up. Because that's what they do. They go to foreign countries. Indonesia and Bali, 14 files. So they're involved over there. That's Harry Tano. Who the fuck is that? Is that somebody that's in the government of Indonesia? Is that what we're doing here? ASEAN countries mentioned in the Epstein files. Oh, no. That's recent, so I don't know what to tell you about that. Holy fucking shit. What is this? I don't know, but not equal. Okay, so let me get one or two more, and then I'm going to get the fuck off here because my wife is falling asleep. And you can go find these. If you go on X, look up Grok here. Look for this, the Epstein Library. If you want to know more, go to the Epstein Library here at justice.gov. And you can go here. You click that you're not a robot because it's obviously finding out who you are. You have to click that you're 18, by the way. And then you can go down here and you can search. And the next time I go live, tomorrow. We'll go through the news, and then I'll ask who you guys want me to search for. So if you look up Trump, you see 4,837 references to Donald Trump. So you can just look up, what's his name? Honey, who is, you can start me up. Not Keith Richards, the other one. You can start me up in a star. Not, yeah. You make a grown man cry. Not Keith Richards,
No,
but
it's the Aerosmith guy, right?
well, no, it's the other one. This guy looks like him. It's Keith Richards and the other fucking guy. Mick Jagger, thank you. Got 85 results for Mick Jagger. Well, no, yeah, so we, oh man. Oh no. I mean, we knew, but come on, dude. Anybody else? Let's see. Starmer, Keir Starmer. 29 results for now Prime Minister Keir Starmer. So let's see if Emmanuel Macron, we've got 205 results for Emmanuel Macron, and we can go through these. We need to have AI start to put these into context, go through and take out like what they would classify as crimes, and so we could do that. Who else do we have here? Vladimir Putin, 1,000 results, but of course a lot of those are news results. Biden, thank you. Joe Biden, we've got 530. Running against Joe Biden, a lot of those are about news reports and elections. So, what we have to do is now go through 530 data sets with the name Joe Biden. So, we can go, let's see, Don Jr. 44 results of Don Jr. What's up, JB? What's up, Marine? And so you have to go through these, and you can go find these at justice.gov/Epstein. Justice.gov/Epstein. Who else would you think, real quick? Oh, God, that's going to be 10,000 fucking... oh, hold on. I spelled it wrong. There's 3,310 for Clinton. So yeah, well, Epstein said by all of them he was the worst. So, a bit that's closing up shop, coming back tomorrow. So, like, name somebody that we need to look up that's famous here, or somebody that we can. How do I put this? I was thinking of something similar to, remember the old lists that were on the flight logs? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. How do you spell De Niro? We have no results for De Niro. Let's see, Mel Gibson. Well, that's, hold on. Mel. What the fuck? In the movie Ransom, so they're... thinking about human nature rather than general girls, and rather than the girls in this case, think about the example of Tiger Woods. Everyone loved him, elevated him to super celeb status, and immediately took delight in the person, blah, blah, blah. Where the fuck? In your case with Tiger Woods, Bill Clinton, Mel Gibson, etc. Okay, so they're just, so Mel Gibson's not a child molester. So anyway, but justice.gov/Epstein, and you can go Look, oh, that's the one thing. Yeah, I looked up Charlie Sheen already. Yeah, 9 Jamie Foxxes, Elton John. I'll look up those tomorrow. Go to justice.gov, and we'll get into more of that tomorrow. I've been ranting and raving. Sorry about my ranting and raving. I know I need to get my fucking shit together. I know I need to download things where I can, well, I can go, oh, wait, I'm not going to go live on TikTok, am I? I can. Should I not go live on TikTok still? I mean, they ban everything, so that's like the center point of why everybody gets banned.
Mhm.
So many people get banned on TikTok, and they get half their points taken away because of that's why when I go live on TikTok, they come and just attack me, and they try to get me for everything because everything's done on an algorithmic point system, and if you lose too many points, your account gets banned. Duh. And it's like, yeah, so. This is 7 minutes ago. The DOJ has released Epstein files saying that Joe Biden was killed and replaced. This is from WABC News, News 77. This has to be verified. Maritime law is coming, and the selling and owning of humans and human souls is over. There is factual evidence on the methods of operation for how law and legal proceedings will work next. I do encourage you to watch the video and understand how common law is going away. So quit fiddling your pussy and call blank, and who has so much info that will incriminate you that when he deletes it, we'll find out the quantum system and the great gentleman blank has made very clear in the video above. By the way, Jeffrey Epstein was very into quantum science and immortality. Biden is not your current president. The mask malfunctions on Biden are getting worse each day. That means that aspect of is correct then. And we all know what that is. That is fucked up. On purpose, this will end badly for blank who is posing with a fucking clone on Facebook. The dude playing Biden ain't Biden. Real Biden was very evil, sick, angry man who abused children, including his own. That's an actor with a fucking mask. We've been over this 1,000 times. It's never going to change. Biden is shot. 2019 firing squad. This, coming from a Justice Department, latest Epstein released contains an extreme and unfounded claim alleging that Joe Biden was killed in 2019 and replaced with a body double wearing a mask. So that's alleged. That comes from WABCRadio.com. The text, which appears as part of a raw, unverified submission with the broader document dump of 3.5 million documents, describes the current president as an actor with a mask, which would go into several videos and theories where you can see them pulling their noses and shit. And advanced conspiracy theories involving clones and executions by firing squad. The claims are presented without evidence and are not supported by official findings. Of course, that's WABC 77, Channel 77. That was released 7 minutes ago. That was released 7 minutes ago. We also have a file discussing blue and white houses. Hi, Anna. This is from Kiryana Shulak to Anna Rodriguez. Hi, Anna. Here's a list of things from Mr. E that he has to get done in the new blue and white house. Bring sleep mask, flashlight, binoculars, battery-operated fan, and a group of other types of things. I don't know exactly what the blue and white house is. Oh, yeah, that would be the blue and white house on Little St. James Island. So there's a lot to go through. Also, people are faking some of the Epstein files using AI to create fake shit. So remember that too. And then here's also lists of names. that you can go through on there. Jesus Christ, man. So you got Donald Trump, Lex Wesner. I mean, this is getting pretty raw, man. I'm not, I try to put some type of normal spin, like a logic on things when it comes to conspiracy theories. Here's one of Massey, Lionel Massey with another man. But then it also said, Grok says it's not on the Epstein list. So some people are saying that fake. And then some people talking about going into Schiff. Talk tomorrow. What? Convicted sex offender with zero official government role. Screams of... Is he talking about Adam Schiff? Anyway, I'll read over some of this tomorrow. It's fucked up. Obviously, we know a lot of this is crazy shit. Some of it unverified, some of it DOJ verified. That one 7 minutes ago about the masks, bro. I mean, I've heard that theory. I've heard those conspiracy theories. I never talked about it on any social media platform because it was all too fucked up. But like once we get some verification on that, you know what? I'll just put that on TikTok. We'll see what happens here. And because I won't claim anything, I'll just be like, whatever. The Schiff is a room. Okay. And so, yeah. So anyway, we'll get back to that. Jesus fucking Christ. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to subscribe, all that type of shit. I'll put the photos up or we'll go through that possibly. But anyway, don't forget to subscribe, share, like, hit the notification button. Follow me, Sup America and Sup America 2 over on TikTok and on X. And if you don't like me, block me. Go fuck yourself. And we'll get into more Epstein files. Sorry, I wish I was more popular. I'm just not right now, but hopefully one of these days.